Good morning, traders. Welcome to Tuesday, the 21st of March. My name is Marco, and I'm going to bring to you the morning update from Phoenix Blue. Well, I hope you've all had a great start to the week, even though Monday, I've got to say, was a very slow day. And literally was just setting up everything, I believe, for the week ahead. And, you know, the philosophy we've got here at Phoenix Blue is just wait. Patience will always pay you more in the long run. And after what we saw last week from the Fed and the sell-off in the US dollar, we actually believe there's probably a potential for a little bit more of a sell-off before the dollar bulls return. Now, let's have a look at what's happening today and what's come out. So obviously throughout the night we've had the monetary policy minutes from the RBA. Nothing really new in there, as you can see in the market. It got up to its major level, and we've had a little bit of a sell-off. Nothing too crazy. But I think the talking point really is revolving around sterling at the minute, and obviously the new what are they calling it? Frexit, the potential of France leaving the European Union, with Marine Le Pen pushing very hard from the far right. It is very unlikely, but you know, we thought Brexit would be unlikely, and March the 29th, Article 50 is set to trigger. So today we've got the CPI data year on year. We're expecting an increase on previous data released, and then we've got Governor Mark Carney speaking at 10:35. We are looking at sterling or cable in a particular fashion, which for the short term, whether that's short to mid term, I should say, we believe there's downside, even though we look at sterling and think it's good value. With Article 50 being triggered next week, we're looking to sell on rallies. And to be fair, yesterday the market came right into our zone, which we called in the Investor Insight pack, which we'll show you in a moment. And then later on we've got the Canadian dollar core retail sales forecasted at 1.3, and then tentative, and the reason it's tentative is because the price for the GDT price index comes out as and when. It doesn't have a set time when it comes out, and this is the dairy index, dairy auction price, and this has quite a significant impact on the Kiwi dollar as a pricing measurement. So it's their biggest export. So if you're on any Kiwi trades, be wary throughout the day, especially if intraday. If you're holding positions for sort of midterm duration, then the fluctuation shouldn't really cause you any issues. Okay, so dollar index, what were we looking at? Well, we can see that it formed a really nice channel, broke out, created new highs, pulled back in, and then we were highlighting what could potentially be an inverse head and shoulders. And you look at these tips of the wicks on the weekly chart, and we got our COT signal through here suggesting that there might be a sell-off in the dollar index, which it has appeared to do, and we can see that the momentum shifted last week. Big sell-off candle last week. Obviously that was primarily down to the Fed Chair Yellen, but it coincides with what the commercials were doing. Now we see that this is likely to pull back into sort of the mid 99s. We're currently sat around the 100 barrier, but I would expect it to pull into this sort of green zone that we've highlighted here before we see some dollar bulls back in the market, which paves the way then for further upside to the euro, which we're currently seeing. As you can see, this daily candle already, it's only early days, but we've got a nice big bullish candle forming, taking out last week's high. Next stop we see is 108.20 to 108.50. We've currently got a COT extreme short, and you know, this 108.20 to 108.50 area is an area we'll be looking to get short pending what we see. Should this area fail, then we see next stop sort of 109.80s. So they're two key areas that we're watching for euro dollar before we look to get short. If you're intraday trading, then there's potential opportunity to the upside, just to scalp a few points, but you have to do that according to your rules. Dollar yen, well, we've got limit orders sat here waiting just around the 112 at barrier with stops under structure, but you can see we've got a short-term trend line, and we're going to watch to see how this plays out, because we do have an FOMC member speaking later today, which could send price shooting to the upside, or it could just do nothing. So we're going to watch. There is a potential end of day trade here. Um, Entries above Friday's high, stops underneath Friday's low or Monday's low, and then we look to trade this market back up to around the 115.50 area. So opportunity there. So sterling, we've got a couple of orders resting. If they haven't triggered prior to Mark Carney and CPI, about sort of half an hour before, then we'll kill these orders and wait till after. So we've got up around the top of the trend line in here, 124.30. We've got a nice limit order sat here with stops above structure, and we'll look to trade this back down to the 122 zones, 121.80s. So giving a nice healthy risk reward here. Aussie dollar, we can see a nice big weekly range here, box range between sort of 77.30 to 78, all the way down to 71.50. Now, you've got a 600 pip range, and what we're seeing is we can see how that when price gets up here, you get these nice long wicks, and it stutters and stalls before it finally makes a move. Last time it came up, we got a couple of nice long wicks. It dropped down, tested this longer term trend line, which goes a long way back, and then we saw some reaction. The buyers came aggressively back in last week on the back of the Yellen statement and FOMC rate rise, and this week, obviously we've only had one day, but we've seen price come up, touch the zone again. So it'll be interesting to see how today pans out. We'll watch today. There's potential opportunity maybe at the end of today, or using yesterday's candle, selling underneath the low of Monday's candle to trade back down into the range. And that's pretty much all the charts we're going to look at today, because it is a stagnant market at the minute, and we'll look once we get a little bit more commitment from one side or the other. We do have another free trading event coming up in April, and this is going to be Thursday the 20th of April. If you'd like to join us, that's any new traders looking to come and meet the Phoenix Blue team or the Protégé members, so you can experience and speak with the team, what they do, how they've been getting on. We've got some fantastic results year to date. I mean, our top performing trader, had they been trading at 1% risk, would be sitting at around 20% year to date, just over 20%. And our Protégé coaches, you're looking at anything between 8 and 21% as a return. So you've got a fantastic return there, and you're surrounded by these people 24/7. So if you want to come down, meet the team, and start getting your trading up to the right level, then give us a call on the office line, which is 0203 603 4968. That's a UK number. Or alternatively, email info@phoenixblue.co.uk, and you can register for the next event at the link here on the site. Okay, that's it from Marco and Phoenix Blue today, and we look forward to speaking to you tomorrow morning. Thank you.